Oh, okay. So where we left off was we were doing the hamstrings from a standing position, and I showed you 3 stretches for the hamstrings. The first stretch was basically a flat back and a leaning over and into various different progressions. The second one was a cross the leg, come down like that. And the third one was basically a position where we put the front leg out in front and we would lean back like this and try and stretch into the leg. So those were the 3 first hamstring stretches that I showed you. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do some seated hamstring stretches, okay, that will finish off the set for the hamstrings. First thing I do is I put my leg out in front of me like this. I put my other leg in, okay. Now what I do is I walk myself down, and what we can use here is, I don't have it, is we could put a towel around our leg and hold on to the towel to help pull us down, depending on how tight we are, how loose we are. The idea is to take a deep breath in, reach up towards the sky, exhale, and basically pull ourselves down as best we can. And from here, what we could start is, perhaps if we're not that limber, we could start with a soft knee, and by that I mean slightly bent. And then we can hold on to different areas of our leg using a towel, or we can actually grab onto the leg itself. The idea is to keep a straight back, okay? Taking an inhale as we exit the stretch and exhale as we enter the stretch. And the idea is to just work the stretch deeper and deeper until we can put our head basically down onto our knee and just relax there. Perhaps after that, if we wish, we can put a block out in front of our leg and extend our stretch out. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Foot in, and we're going to reach forward on the leg and pull ourselves down. So this is basically hamstring stretch number 4. And hamstring stretch number 4 and 5 are going to be done on the ground, and number 6 will also be on the ground. Okay. So I've done that now. Now what I want to do is the same thing with both legs put out in front of me. Okay. So from here, put both legs out in front of me. What you see me doing is, okay, I can extend the toes outward, and when I extend them outward, what happens is, and I reach up to the sky, and I fall forward, okay, to stretch out my hamstrings. If my toes are pointed towards the camera, and they're not curled back up, okay, then what I'm actually doing is I'm stretching my hamstrings more than I am my calves. Now, if I'm interested in stretching my calves, what I can do is pull my toes back towards me, and I feel the stretch shift from up here and in my lower back, okay, down towards my calves, okay? So again, because I'm stretching the hamstrings, I keep my toes forward, my back as straight as I can, and I fold into this stretch. So leaving the stretch, I come up. Okay, so that's my 5th hamstring stretch. Now, what's nice is that the hamstrings are directly in connection with the lower back. I don't exactly know how they are actually connected, but the hamstrings literally will release a lot of tension in the lower back, and therefore if you're having a lot of lower back pain, then you really want to focus on working your hamstrings quite a bit. The last hamstring stretch that I have is actually an inversion. It's a modified yoga move. And what I do is, okay, I make sure I'm on a sticky mat, which gives me a little bit of protection, a little bit of cushion for my back. And what I want to do is I go back up, extend my legs up, and walk them over. So now I take my hands, I try and bring them together, and I can do a combined shoulder stretch and hamstring stretch, as well as lower back. So basically, what you see here is me trying to roll as close to my neck as possible. And I'm going to do this from the side so you get to see this a little better. And this stretch that I just did now is basically a combination of hamstring, lower back, and shoulder stretch. Okay, so you can start out not as spread out. Perhaps you can start out here. Okay, for me, what I do is I twist. Okay, I walk my hands or my feet back, rock them back over my head. I let my toes connect with the ground. Now, typically, I want to be on a sticky mat here because with bare feet, I can't get any grip with my toes on the ground and my legs slide. But if I had the sticky mat there, my toes would be able to grip and I'd be able to push against my toes and deepen the stretch. So again, depending on where you are, how far you go with this stretch, you can actually stretch your hamstrings, your lower back, as well as your shoulders when you connect your fingers and push them down. This is more of an advanced stretch, guys. Okay? Not a stretch that is for people who are just starting out. That's one of the more advanced ones. You're probably going to want to let that go for a little while. So, anyways, that covers, okay, basically 6 different stretches for your hamstrings, which basically connect with your lower back a bit. So, again, just to go through it, the stretches for the hamstrings again are the fold over, the cross your feet, okay, a foot out in front of the other. So from the side, it looks like the fold over, okay, we cross our feet, 1 foot out in front, okay, from the side, we have, all right, we're on a yoga mat, we bring our own foot in, we lean forward, exhale, pull our head to our knee, okay, and then finally, what we do is grab here with both hands and come down, and then the last inversion back here. So that covers the 6 different stretches that I use for my hamstring.